Hi, my name is Melissa Horton, and I learned to quilt about 16 years ago. I was taught to hand quilt by my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law, and one of the reasons I became interested is my father-in-law at the time was very ill and in the hospital a lot, and they both were prolific hand quilters already, and they would bring their piecing, and as we were sitting there visiting with my father-in-law, they'd be working on their quilt blocks. And I got very interested and started asking them what they were doing and how they were doing it. And so eventually they showed me. And so I basically started working on my first quilt, in a hospital. I quilt because I enjoy it. Sewing, and especially hand sewing, it brings me a sense of peace, especially after a busy day. I like to sit down in the evening while I'm watching TV and just work on a square or quilt on a quilt. If I've got the whole top put together. And so it's just one of those things that lets my brain go quiet. And so for me, it's very therapeutic after a busy day just to work on some of this. My favorite part of quilting is piecing. I love figuring out the patterns and the colors and cutting the squares. Since I'm a hand quilter, I actually make a template for every piece that I'm going to put together, and I trace it on the fabric and then cut it out and then start building my squares that way. I don't use a sewing machine, so I do everything, the binding, the piecing, the quilting by hand. And so my favorite part is that piecing and watching that design come to life.